That's right. We are live from Big 12 Media Days in Las Vegas, Nevada. Presented by Hub City Body Shop and Wild West Harley Davidson. I'm Chois Woodman with Jamie Lent. It's the bottom line, and we are now glad to be joined by Texas Tech Athletics Director Kirby Hocutt. Kirby, there has been so much change around college football, college athletics, but Texas Tech as well. Lately, you got Adidas, the South End Zone project, which is nearing a completion point, at least for the season. You feel like you've been drinking from a fire hose lately, or are you enjoying how it's all changing around you?
You know, Choice, first, appreciate you and Jamie having me on, and there has been a lot going on. A lot of change, as you mentioned, in college athletics, the largest facility project ever. Just as excited about Coach Glasgow coming on and leading our softball program, and it already seems like the anticipation of another fall, and football season's right around the corner, soccer season, volleyball season. So I enjoy it. You enjoy the summer months and a chance to slow down a little bit, but the anticipation of what's ahead is exciting as well.
Do you feel like there's as much anticipation as ever because of this new South End Zone? Are you kind of in a mode where you're excited for, you guys have all seen how great it is each and every day as it gets better and better and better, but you're excited for the fan base to get to really see it and appreciate it?
I can't wait.
Yeah.
And I think our social media team, which does an outstanding job, put some clips on the other day about the football players getting to come in and see the uniform unveil, and to be able to see and listen to some of their comments as they walk through that South End Zone complex was awesome. But, when the Womble Football Center is finished, when the South End Zone project is completed, when, everybody gets fully outfitted, all the athletes in Adidas merchandising gear, there's a lot of exciting things going on, and I cannot wait for that opening game against Abilene Christian and our fans to see the new, improved, expanded Jones AT&T Stadium. I think it's going to be a masterpiece that all Red Raiders are going to have a point of pride in what has been able to happen with probably the building, the facility that is the most visible on our campus.
I know you're a loyal guy, Kirby, so ending an 18-year partnership with Under Armour is probably a little bittersweet, but also, the launch of the Adidas brand with Texas Tech and the Pat Mahomes brand was enormous this past week, and you saw the reach, the social media stuff, and how big that was. It seemed like it took social media by storm for a couple of days there.
Yeah, it did. And again, Adidas, Patrick's marketing and branding team, and our social media teams did an unbelievable job. It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity that you are in a position where your merchandising contract is expiring. You've got the most talented and one of the most famous athletes in the world who's a Red Raider, who's building his own brand, wants you to wear his brand. So just one of those moments, right, that I feel like we were able to introduce and unveil in a way that really captivated the entire country. Yeah. When I walked in here today, Tyrell, who oversees communications and branding and marketing for the Big 12, came up and said, "Wow, you guys hit a grand slam last week with what you did in the social space with Adidas and Patrick Mahomes." And so that's awesome to hear.
We've heard so much about, and we've seen so much in those videos about what it's going to do for football, but tell us a little bit about some of the stuff for the other sports as well on campus, not just football with Adidas.
Yeah, it's gonna touch all of our sports, right? There's even more elements of this partnership with Adidas and Patrick Mahomes that's going to be announced later in August. So there's more pieces to this partnership that's going to be introduced that are not being done anywhere else in the country. And it's really Patrick's idea, so it will be Patrick's time to introduce that when he's ready, and we're circling the end of August to do that. But there's going to be more groundbreaking ideas and initiatives come from that partnership, but it's going to touch all of our 17 sport programs. Patrick played 2 sports at Texas Tech. And Jamie, right. I know you know that and remember that well, so he's got some special things planned for our baseball program as well. But all of our sports will be wearing Adidas, and it will enhance all of our programs.
That's awesome. So, mentioned it earlier, lots of change. You got 4 new teams here, minus 2 teams from a long time. And what's the relationship like now that 16 voices in a room has got to be a little bit different?
Yeah, Choice, honestly, it's different. It's like you said, it's a lot different.
Yeah.
We recently were all together in Dallas for spring meetings, and it's different. But things evolve, things change, and couldn't be more excited that we continue to have the leadership of Brett Yormark. He's an aggressive leader. He's proactive. He's always thinking ahead. To be able to go out and accomplish what he led us through with getting 4 Pac-12 schools to join the Big 12, things couldn't have worked out better. So I'm excited to welcome Arizona State, Arizona, Utah, and Colorado to our conference. And there's still a growth mindset out there. And Commissioner Yormark said in his address today, This is not the time to hit pause. And I promise you, I don't think he'll ever hit pause. But I'm excited about the 16-team league. I think it's going to bring a lot of interesting matchups and rivalries back to our conference, which is great.
It felt like, I think a lot of fans felt like there were 2 voices in the conference in the past, in Texas and Oklahoma, that maybe had louder voices. Does it feel a little bit more equal now with all 16 teams?
Well, it's a different feel in the room for sure. I think there's, it's very collegial. I think there's a sense of teamwork. I think there's a commitment to, hey, we've got to make this work. We cannot move backward. We've got to continue to be proactive. We've got to continue to move forward. If there's further consolidation in the college conference space, we got to make sure that we are, one of the ones that are hunting. Sure. And that's the mindset that Commissioner Yormark brings to the table. I think it's one that's fully embraced by all the athletic directors and the presidents. So I feel really good about our conference, and one that, it feels different, but it feels good. And I think there's a like-mindedness throughout our room now in the conference of a growth mindset, and we got the right leader in Commissioner Yormark.
Visiting with Texas Tech Athletics Director Kirby Hocutt here at Big 12 Media Days. And Kirby, as fans, as radio people, as media, we love to put numbers on things. We love to quantify whether it's good or bad with how many wins you have. What kind of goals do you have as an athletics director looking towards the football season? How do you quantify what's successful and not?
Yeah, everybody likes to put numbers out there. As an athletics director, I will never do that with a coach or with a program. You want to see continuous improvement. But here's what I'll say about this year's Texas Tech football team. We are going in the right direction. The job that Joey McGuire and his staff continue to do is tremendous. When you look at the recruiting success, when you look at the level of young men and their talent that he's bringing to Texas Tech, it is going to happen. Nobody will shy away from last year. We had high expectations and aspirations, and there were some disappointments. I was extremely proud of the way that our team finished the season. I think in Joey's 2 years of leading us, we're 8-2 in the month of November. Mm-hmm. This program is going in the right direction. And is it all going to come into alignment and things are going to hit its stride this season? That is what these young men are working hard for. It's going to happen. I could not be more confident of that.
Coach. Kirby, as we move away from football a little bit, go to baseball. A disappointing season a year ago. What do you think it's going to take to get that program going back in the right direction and being the program that we've all come to really appreciate and expect?
Yeah, boy, how Coach Tadlock has raised our expectations, right?
Yes,
I mean, and that is awesome. And how do we get back to that level? Simple. It's Tim Tadlock, and we've got the right skipper. He knows how to do it. He's led us to heights that this baseball program had never experienced before. It was a disappointing year. The guys were trying very hard, as our athletes always do. They were grinding. It just didn't happen. It didn't come together. In sports, we love them, and that happens sometimes. But Tim and I have spent a lot of time talking. We're going to stay the course. Coach Tadlock knows what needs to happen, and we're going to get back to a high level very soon.
Kirby, fantastic stuff. Really appreciate you sitting down with us, and can't wait till football season.
Yeah, look forward to it. Appreciate you guys being here.
Absolutely.